Do you know something that I find so beautiful about God? God will actually meet you at your level. Literally just 3 examples to evidence this point. Number 1, God literally wrapped himself in flesh and came onto earth. We couldn't get things right. We couldn't understand. We were unable to. There needed to be the gap between our hearts and the Lord needed to be bridged. That connection needed to be bridged. The way in which we live our lives, so the way in which we go about things, the way in which we communicate and we treat other people, all of these things, they needed to be, we just needed to, as humans, to be taught how to live life, like how to gain salvation. And we weren't getting it right. So God literally said, okay, you don't understand? Cool. I am gonna meet you. I'm gonna meet you where you're at. I'm gonna meet you at your level. I'm gonna come down to where you are to help you figure this thing out. And I just feel like there's patterns where God has just done this all the time. And that's why I want to look at this in 3 different ways. But the first way is just the simple fact, the gift of Jesus, literally wrapping himself in flesh. God wrapping himself in flesh and coming on down to earth to meet humans, to meet us at our level. When we couldn't get things right, when we just couldn't understand things, he had to come down to our level. And I love that about him. The second thing is actually a story from someone that I know. So this person that I know went on holiday last year, and there was some parties, you know, there was some parties going on. So she must have gone to a party on this holiday that she was on, and she was literally at the bar just trying to buy a drink in peace. And this girl that she does not know, but it's someone that is a friend of a friend, right? But she doesn't know this girl. She's met her for the first time on this holiday. She starts prophesying over her life about something that she had been thinking about in the run-up to this holiday. She had different signs, like on the plane, before the holiday, when she was packing, all of these things. She felt strongly about something, but she just needed a bit more confirmation. Maybe that's what it was. Whatever the case was, she went on this holiday now. And yeah, this girl that she does not know, who's a friend of a friend, started prophesying over her at the bar, y'all. Like literally praying over her and telling her that she needs to do this thing that she kept thinking that she basically needs to do. And yeah, this girl that she doesn't know came over her and literally started praying while these girls are in the sun in their bikinis drinking, and she doesn't know this girl. And that just really spoke to me, and I was like, wow, okay, this whole God meeting you at your level, meeting you where you're at, despite the fact that you may think that you're unworthy, or you may think that you're this and you're that, God will come down to where you are. He will communicate things in a way that you understand, and he'll meet you at your level. And I just find that story so beautiful because there are so many funny parts to it, but it's like the fundamental idea here is that God will actually come down to where you are to communicate things in a way that you understand, come down to your level, come down to where you're at. And I just think that's so beautiful. The third thing is the way in which God is not too proud. He's not too proud to come down to your level when you are struggling. So that may be like you're in a dark time, you're struggling with addiction, you're depressed, you're like literally riddled with anxiety, whatever it is, whatever darkness that you're going through, God is not too proud. He is not too high to come down to your level and walk with you through that thing. And I just love that about him. Literally, you take God's hand and you can walk this thing out. And obviously it's not going to be easy, but the fact that he is so willing and he is so loving to just come down to your level, to the darkness that you're trying to fight, and be like, okay, cool, I'm here with you. We're going to do this together. We're going to read scripture. We're going to do what I have told you to do in the word, and we're going to get out of this thing. But yeah, those are just the 3 main things I love. Like, 1, the fact that he literally came down onto earth to our level, to human level, like literally. The second thing is the story that I just told you about, which I really loved. Just like God will come down to your level, he'll come and communicate things in the way that you hear it, the way in which you understand it. I love that. And the third thing, when you're in darkness, when you're trying to work some things out, when you're confused, when you're anxious, depressed, struggling with addiction, whatever it is, he will literally, God is above all of those things, right? and he doesn't give us the spirit of all of those things. But if you're in the thick of that thing, he will literally come down to our level and literally walk with us through these things, through these challenges, and get us out of that thing. And I for one, I appreciate so much how literally God will just come down to our level, whatever it takes, in whichever capacity, to show how much he loves us, how much he really wants us to get things right, and how much we really are his children. Like, he is a good father. He's a father to the fatherless, a mother to the motherless. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Why not? Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was yeah, I hope this blessed you in the way in which it needed to bless you. And I hope that I have communicated something in a way that you understand and in a way that you hear things. So yeah, thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.